very interesting for an old duffer like me to try his hand at something new. If I don't do that once in a while, I might just turn into a fossil, you know. Commonplace never become tiresome. It is we who become tired when we cease to be curious and appreciative. The secret to so many artists living so long is that every painting is a new adventure. So, you see, they are always looking ahead to something new and exciting. The secret is not to look back. I cannot convince myself that a painting is good unless it is popular. If the public dislikes one of my post covers, I can't help disliking it myself. When I go to farms or little towns, I am always surprised at the discontent I find. In New York, too often, has looked across the sea toward Europe, and all of us who turn our eyes away from what we have are missing life. I can take a lot of pats on the back. I love it when I get admiring letters from people, and, of course, I'd love it if the critics would notice me, too. I'll never have enough time to paint all the pictures I'd like to. A face in the picture would bother me, so I'd rub it out with a turpentine and do it over. I learned to draw everything except glamorous women. No matter how much I tried to make them look sexy, they always ended up looking silly, or like somebody's mother. No man with a conscience can just bat out illustrations. He's got to put all his talent and feeling into them. I'm tired, but proud. I unconsciously decided that, even if it wasn't an ideal world, it should be. So I painted only the ideal aspects of it, pictures in which there are no drunken slatterns or self-centered mothers. Only foxy grandpas who played baseball with the kids and boys who fished from logs and got up circuses in the backyard. You must first spend some time getting your model to relax. Then you'll get a natural expression. I had a couple of $1 million worth of stock once, and now it's not worth much more than wallpaper. I guess I just wasn't born to be rich. Some folks think I painted Lincoln from life, but I haven't been around that long. Not quite. Eisenhower had about the most expressive face I ever painted, I guess. Just like an actor's. Very mobile. When he talked, he used all the facial muscles. And he had a great, wide mouth that I liked. When he smiled, it was just like the sun came out. I didn't know what to expect from a famous movie star. Maybe that he'd be sort of stuck up, you know, but not Gary Cooper. He horsed around so much that I had a hard time painting him. Right from the beginning, I always strived to capture everything I saw as completely as possible. If a picture wasn't going very well, I'd put a puppy in it. Some people have been kind enough to call me a fine artist. I've always called myself an illustrator. I'm not sure what the difference is. All I know is that whatever type of work I do, I try to give it my very best. Art has been my life. Without thinking too much about it in specific terms, I was showing the America I knew and observed to others who might not have noticed. My fundamental purpose is to interpret the typical American. I am a storyteller. How will I be remembered? As a technician or artist? As a humorist or a visionary? If there was sadness in this creative world of mine, it was a pleasant sadness. If there were problems, they were humorous problems. The view of life I communicate in my pictures excludes the sordid and ugly. I paint life as I would like it to be.